Thank you for staying tuned. It's Settled with Laughter on Salt TV and radio. Now, we did said that when we come back from this break, we'll be opening up the phone line so you can call in with your questions or your comments. And the number is 0802 408 3108. I'll give the number again, 0802 408 3108. Just before we round off the program, I'll tell you our social media handles so you can go there and drop off your comments. But for now, we'll take the calls from within the studio, and we already have our first caller. Hello. Okay, quite unfortunately, our first caller decided to be to run and go. Still call the number while we'll get to hear from the Right Honorable, the Chairman, sir. My question would have to wait. Let's see. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
This is Ekene calling from Odoh.
All right, Ekene, you're welcome.
Thank you, and commendation to the guests there at the studio.
Thank you very much, Ekene.
It's an interesting topic discussing justice. In a place like I think it's always an interesting one. And I have a question for the guests there, please.
Please go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, Ekene, we can hear you.
It's all right. So I would like to know how much the committee is partnering with the local authorities in ensuring this justice.
Okay.
Because from the look of things, it appears that the bulk of the abuses that arise in the justice system revolve around the local setting. So how much are they pressing the traditional rulers and other authorities so that they will effectively make sure that cases of abuse of rights are taken care of holistically for adjustment course in place?
Ekene, by local authorities, you're talking about the local police here, the police in Abakaliki, military, prisons, all of them, right?
No, the traditional rulers.
In all parts of the state, whether it is the metropolitan area, that's at the big capital, or the prominent parts of the state, okay. I think justice is a topic that interests everybody. So how are the local authorities being made to act so that justice will be realized in the long run?
Okay.
Like you go to local communities, you even find cases where people are made to live in inhuman conditions. And I think when you talk about all these issues, you're talking about justice, but maybe you're approaching it from different angles. We have cases of even proprietary rights being denied them by the local authorities in alliance with the uninformed local actors.
All right, thank you very much, Ekene.
If we are intent on ensuring justice, that every player will be made to act the way the person should act, and every authority should be made to act accordingly.
All right, thank you very much, Ekene. Our guest will attend to your question shortly. Okay, so Ekene, you had his question, sir.
Yes. Well, Chief Ekene, thank you very much. By local authorities, I'm sure that they are contemplating the roles of traditional rulers and the traditional institution in dispensation of justice. For us, as a justice reform team, we have included traditional rulers as part of the members of the team. And the essence of including them is for them to be conscious and become aware of the limits of the exercise of their local powers, of their powers generally. There are crimes, and so if a criminal matter is brought to your palace, tell them that you cannot decide that. If it is a civil matter, matrimonial causes, issues that have to do with tradition and custom, yes, you can deal with it with your cabinet, respecting human rights, respecting the dignity of persons. I think we have gone very far. In Ebonyi State, we have not got experience of abuses from our traditional institution.
Okay.
And as I said, the Justice Reform Team is aiming at organizing a workshop for them on palace arbitration. What they should take into account in handling issues and matters that are brought to them, issues that pertain custom, issues that pertain tradition. How you interpret it, the principles of fair hearing, the principles of giving people their fair treatment, respecting their personal dignity as a human being, and not dehumanizing them, and not abusing also the authorities given to you by the state.
Let me also say that yesterday we had traditional rulers represent all the three senatorial districts. We had from the south, north, and the central.
Yes.
And interestingly, they were also represented in some of the team work. Okay. And that's why maybe, I don't know whether it came across when I was speaking, some of the interventions will actually happen also at the community level.
Yes.
So I think that was quite good to know. And one of them that spoke on their behalf mentioned that, the importance of that particular sector, which is the traditional rulers. And I believe since they came in their representative capacity, they will also ensure that all the others get them into. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. So Ekene, I hope the Right Honorable, the chairman of the Justice Sector team, reform team in Ebonyi State, has answered your question. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ezebete.
Kingsley. Kingsley, would you turn down the volume on your radio or TV set?
All right. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I want to know the role of the Justice Reform Team in the universities where students are sometimes unjustly treated by lecturers.
Okay, thank you very much, Kingsley.
Okay, just to say that first and foremost, as we know that the Justice Reform Team's work actually looks at the different sectors that make up the justice sector. So, for example, you have, if there be a case of violations within the university that actually gets to have either the police come in or get to be taken to the court, because of the work of the Justice Reform Team, which actually looks at in terms of reforming the judiciary, reforming the various sector, encouraging issues around, speedy trial. This could be also something that could be looked at. And then you also had mentioned, they also mentioned the different roles, including the mediation, the multi-doc that they're also looking at. I don't see, I see that also as something that could also be useful. So in other words, it may not be like saying taking any particular segment, like say what is their role in school, what is their role in market, what is, their role is there to ensure that every institution of justice is made to function in the way it should function. And this would serve any court, the users of the processes, irrespective of whether they are in the university, in the market, in the village, wherever, provided they are in the state of Ebonyi State. Yeah.
Okay, Right Honorable, I think the team has a representative of the university.
There is a representative of the team from the university community.
Okay,
and so what the team is not aiming at taking over every damn thing in all organs of government. It is only to assist in quick dispensation of justice. Okay. And so the university have their rules and regulations. The students have their handbook, and the handbook deals with your relationship with the school, your relationship with the lecturers. So if there is an abuse, follow that process. But what we shall ensure is that if the case is coming to court, it will be given speedy trial.
All right, sir. Hello, our last caller.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello,
okay, so let's get your name.
Solomon.
Solomon, I think you're very close to your radio or your TV sets.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
I would like to come on the issue of justice reform. So my contribution is that they should step down their work more in the rural area, because that is where you get almost of the justice needs. So, and then I thank God they say they are working with the traditional rulers. That's fine, because resolving the traditional rulers will make it more rural area. So I want them to plan the program so that the justice that is still there in the rural area have the system.
Okay.
So that's just my contribution.
Thank you very much, Solomon. Okay, it's actually been very amazing right here on Salt Stations on the program Settle with Laughter. In just 1 minute, sir, would you tell us, just 1 minute,
yes,
would you tell us what it is the public should expect from the team and what the team in turn expects from the public?
Well, what the public should expect from the team is that the team is working hard to ensure that there is quick dispensation of justice and that all aspects of justice delivery is given a new approach that will promote human rights, dignity of the person, and at the same time ensure law and order in our society. What we expect from the society and the members of the public is cooperation, assistance, information, and patience, and also to support the government that is doing much to ensure that there is order and peace in our society.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the chairman of Ebonyi State Justice Sector Reform Team, Right Honorable Augustine Nwankwegu, who is also the Attorney General of the state and the Commissioner for Justice. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
and Doug, in just 1 minute, would you actually tell us if there is any plan, if you have any plan to keep on supporting this team so it's not just a one-off event?
Yes, actually, I did mention that yesterday, that this is a marathon, yeah? So I would continue, both in my personal and organizational capacity, to provide as much support as is possible to ensure that the plans that are being made, and that will be made also in future, it's implemented in such a way that everyone will be happy, but also to encourage others to join in and help this state, and to join in and help the justice reform team of Ebonyi State to become a model in terms of implementation of comprehensive and sustainable, as well as very impactful intervention in justice sector in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Dr. Uju Agumo, a former project coordinator, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and a director at PRAWA. PRAWA is Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action, an NGO that is committed to making sure that we do not just abandon our people at the prisons, but we actually work with them and on them to make them better citizens when they come out. Thank you again for coming back.
Thank you then.
Okay, maybe I could prevail on the Honorable Commissioner much later, okay, to let us hear more about the Citizens Mediation Center and how it works, okay, so people can go there and settle their disputes with laughter. Do not forget to watch the repeat broadcast of this program on Tuesday night at 10:30. You can also view us on YouTube at Settle with Laughter. Drop off your comments and questions on our Facebook page at Settle with Laughter, and on Twitter is at Settle with Laughter. Only when it's Twitter is LAFTA, okay? Or simply send a message to 0803 509 7383. Now, the commissioner mentioned earlier that not in his capacity as a commissioner, but as a chairman, that in time they would let us know how to get in touch with the justice sector reform team that's still working on that. So as soon as they are done with that, be sure to know. To everyone who listened, watched, called, or texted, thank you for being a part of the program. Special thanks to our DJ, Timothy Wachi, who made it possible for this program to start today at 9:30 so we can be on radio and TV. And thanks to my able producer, Barrister Odoh Ben Uruchi, who worked behind the scene to bring this week's episode of Settle with Laughter. My name is Amaka. See you next week.